What up? Welcome to another episode of the Back of the Class podcast. We are your hosts. I am the Esteban Serrano.
I'm Juan.
I'm Zach.
And we're going to be talking about, some fun stuff today. First and foremost, though, R.I.P. to the Candyman,
Yes.
Gene Wilder.
Yes.
Come on, man. I know this is a hip-hop podcast, but when I heard he passed away, that night I went home and watched Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Nice.
And then during the
Respectful.
time while I was watching it, it reminded me of the mini hip-hop sample that has come from that movie.
Really?
Which was even dope. Yeah, so Mac Miller sampled it. Mariah Carey is not hip-hop. She sampled it. But Jalil Beats sampled it. Was one of the first Meek Mill.
Wow.
I don't like the look of it. That was a record that Meek kind of
nice.
killed. And then one of our favorite,
Yeah, XV and Emilio Rojas.
the Wonka
On
Vader.
popular culture.
Plenty
The
of
Wonka
references
Vader.
too, obviously.
Yeah, references,
man.
like actual samples.
Like Mel Brooks movies weren't ever really my thing, but Young Frankenstein is great though. I
Right.
definitely have always loved Young Frankenstein.
My favorite is Stir Crazy.
I'm sure I really enjoyed Gene Wilder in the Mel Brooks movies that I didn't
Yeah.
really like, but
I love Stir Crazy. That's like one of the first ones I saw when I came
cool.
to America.
To
Yeah.
America.
And yeah, Willy Wonka's just the easy one that everybody goes
Yeah,
to. It
man,
was so
for sure.
big, but
Word.
he definitely did more than just that.
Rest in peace. Made it
Rest
to
in peace.
83, right?
Yeah, man. So we're going to talk about the whole Chris Brown fiasco and the things that are going on there. Fall preview all over the map of
Word.
the music, movies, TV, all that stuff that we're excited about
Nice
this fall.
dinners we're gonna eat.
The weather.
Nice dinners.
I
we're
love
gonna
the
talk
weather.
About,
Yeah,
True.
dude. Fall is.
talk about pumpkin squash or whatever. Anyway, I interviewed Atlanta native Ralo.
Yes.
One of my favorite interviews I've ever done in my career, which is
Wow.
interesting. Yeah, man.
All right.
He was really cool, really smart guy, really fun to talk to. I learned a lot about him. So we're going to talk to him. And in the Flex Zone, we got to talk about this Colin Kaepernick sitting down for the National Anthem. Thing
Briefly.
that's kind of blew up all over the interwebs. And, everybody's got an opinion. And we're going to give you ours. How
All right.
about that?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get right into it. So, your neighborhood R&B star.
I don't know why I was gonna say R&B hip hop's resident madman,
Oh,
Chris Brown.
man.
Resident Madman.
That's the first thing that comes to my mind because
Oh my goodness.
it just
man.
fits.
So, Chris was entertaining some people at his house, and someone showed him a necklace and a gun, and she called the cops.
Damn, that is the cliff notes of that story.
Yeah,
Holy
I'll
shit.
save it all the way
Allegedly is before all these words. but
Allegedly is
yeah,
before all
the
these
story I
words.
saw was that this woman who, what is she, Miss California or something like that?
I don't know. She's some kind of pageant winner.
Yeah, she's some sort of California pageant winner. And the story goes that a friend of Chris Brown's was showing her a diamond necklace, and then Chris Brown pulled a gun on her and told her to leave and spazzed.
With a gun in his hand?
And that's that's supposedly, but that's just like the tip of the iceberg, because then there was like a stakeout at Chris Brown's house
Right.
all day.
Well, the story I read was that cops showed up and they were like, got a call that you were waving a gun around. Can we come in? And then he's like, you don't have a search warrant.
Yeah,
Told him to fuck off.
talk
And
shit
then
on
the cops
Instagram.
like, okay, so I guess we'll call
Right.
SWAT because, what else do you do when
Yeah, you
a
don't get a
person
search
exercises
warrant.
their right?
You don't get a search warrant. You call SWAT. That's what
Yeah.
you do.
And basically it was like him inside his house and SWAT outside his house.
Mhm.
And while he was inside, he was he Snapchatting and Instagramming, fuck the police and all the other
I think it
stuff.
was IG.
I think he was mostly venting about like, why does this stuff keep happening to me?
Right.
And he was also like, why when I call the police because there's like a stalker at my house, do they not come until
Right.
the next day?
Right.
But
Which is a good point.
but,
And apparently, he pissed off Swaggy P, who also lives in this neighborhood. This neighborhood in Calabasas has to be like the worst place to live if you're a rich black person.
Isn't that where like Bieber like crashes?
Bieber's there. All the Kardashians are there. Kanye's there. Tyga is there sometimes
So
because when he's not
is this
getting
where
evicted.
E's headquarters is?
Yeah, pretty much.
just like a traffic
E
circle.
owns
Yeah, it's like-
Calabasas.
yeah.
Drake is there. It's so many people in this town. I would never want to live there.
Mm.
But Swaggy
You're
P
not
was
gonna.
pissed
Don't worry.
and said, "Yo, Chris, can you please leave our neighborhood because you're making the block real hot."
And if you don't know who Swaggy P is, it's Nick Young from the LA Lakers.
You don't know. You don't need to know who Swaggy P is, but anyway. So, like, I mean, you know, and then it came out later on, of course, as the internet always does. They find out who this girl is, and then they drag her. And, you know, from the claims that the internet is making, that she's like this kind of like attention, you know, grabbing, like thirst trapping chick who's
Latches
Instagramming, you know, with all these celebrities and what have you. And it came out today that she's wanted for grand larceny in New York.
Hey.
Yeah, so it's quite an
Aren't we all in New
interesting
York?
story.
Yeah.
Wanted for grand
right.
larceny?
Not
Well-
me, that's for damn sure.
And I mean, something we left out here was he was arrested and he was
he
brought
was
in and he
arrested.
was let out on $250,000 bail.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah. So
Listen, man.
What is this? Like lucky number 5, 7?
75.
That he gets
I don't
arrested? Like,
I don't know.
wait, don't they have the third strike rule in California?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then you're out?
Yeah, but he's
Yeah,
not
basically.
committing felonies.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I don't know like the legal
right? No, it's 3
jargon.
felonies.
I just know from the
And you're
movies
out.
I see 3 strikes and all that good stuff.
You're an idiot.
That-
Listen,
Double jeopardy.
for,
Yeah,
for the
kinda.
people at home who do not know, I lived with Chris Brown for the Fame album process. And I documented the album process, and I did the Beautiful People music video with him. I put out a bunch of content, lived with him for a good long, probably 5 or 6 months. In that time, I never saw a gun with Chris Brown. In that time, I had never seen him act crazy, but like belligerent, anything. And I was literally, you know, with him pretty much 20 hours a day.
Maybe
Like-
you were the good influence, bruh. And then you left.
and then I left, and he threw a window,
Yeah.
threw the chair through the window at Good Morning America. But
Right.
no,
Stuff's
like
definitely changed, but that does mean something too.
I have, however, witnessed times where he was targeted by people who, you know, who were supposedly fans but had ulterior motives. I did see paparazzi and people try to egg him on to get, you know, him to kind of, you know, lose his temper or whatever. Like, I saw a lot of the things that he's had to deal with as a result of, you know, what he did. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it. Well, what I am saying is, like, you know, I've seen him get fucked with a lot. You know, like, so it's just a horrible thing to see, like, you know, someone who, you know, did something when he was a teenager, and I've spoken to him. I know that he's remorseful for it. I know a lot of people don't believe it. You know, the person who he harmed the most has already accepted his apology, and now he will always and forever live with what he did when he was a teenager, even though now he's a father and he's, you know, trying to move on with his life. And, like, you know, it just won't ever go away. And that's tough. Like, I don't know how, you know, I would deal with, you know, constantly being a target, because if he does something to you, then he's going to have to write you a check.
Or
know
if
what
he
I'm saying?
doesn't do something to you, he might end up
He
in
might
jail.
have, right.
Um,
Exactly. So,
A lot of people coming out yesterday too for him. Like, obviously, he's always had his fan base that is so passionate and will
Right.
defend him, even sometimes when he shouldn't be
Yeah,
defended.
yeah.
But it seemed like a.
Team Breezy's kind of crazy.
I mean, this was a huge story, but it also seemed like a lot of people were like, "Enough is enough with this."
right.
He also was treated like it was like live right outside, like helicopters, and CNN went live, patched through, and like other affiliates like live from Chris Brown's house.
You would've
standoff,
Right.
police, and Chris Brown. I was like, what the fuck
You
happened?
would've
Then when I heard
thought
the story, I
El
was
Chapo
like,
was in
damn,
the
I would have
crib.
thought this dude was like threatening, you know, had a hostage and was asking for like
Right.
Yeah.
a
Right,
plane on
because
the
the-
tarmac because he was going to fucking Mexico or some shit because he just was like
Because-
the worst thing in the world.
The chick wasn't there anymore when the cops were there. So, like, did you really need a SWAT? Who was in danger?
Yeah.
Did you
Also-
need to go through all of that?
Also, like going back to you have a search warrant? No. Okay, then no. Like
Right.
everyone exercises that right, but because of his reputation,
Yeah, man.
SWAT it up. Yeah. So.
Yeah, man. So it's tough. I mean, you know, regardless of where you stand on, you know, what he did or did not do or whatever your opinion is, just think about that. Like, someone who's, regardless of if you're innocent or you're guilty, it's automatic. Like, your life is never going to be the same. Like, everyone is going to try to test you. You know, Eminem said it. Like, you know, I'll buy you a, you know, whatever. Like, I'll buy you a wardrobe or something like that, in reference to a fan, like, pissing him off and him, retaliating, and then like just because he wanted, that fan ulterior motive was to get Eminem to punch him in the face so he can get sued and get some money out of the deal. Like, this guy is a walking target for that. So it's unfortunate, man.
It's a weird situation, but we'll come back if there's more actual info.
Word.
Yeah.
Moving on to brighter subjects. Fall preview.
All right, I think we should divvy it up. Fall preview. Actually no, because
we
both
both nerd. So
well, yeah,
because
like I mean, all right, we'll start.
I want to hear just like the thing you guys are the most excited about. I want to hear about a lot of stuff, but like right now, like what are you the most excited about?
I think for me is the new season of The Flash on the CW, just because it's gone so good since it started. It's never shown signs of getting tired of cheesy. Just any way it could go down or bad,
Right.
it hasn't gone. It stayed steady and gone up. And this year, even better because it looks like they're starting the season off. See, but I'm gonna start getting into like comic and all that shit, and you guys have no clue.
But that's like your family show, right? You guys all watch it,
yeah,
right?
like my daughter,
So
like
really
my daughters,
I watch
and
The Flash every once in a
all
while.
my wife too. But they're starting with like one of the biggest story arcs of the DC universe, the Flashpoint Paradox, which is like a big freaking deal, and they're putting it on TV, which is fucking awesome. Nobody knows if it's the whole season gonna be, the Flashpoint or just one episode.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of stuff that is up in the air, but everyone I can't wait. Like that's what I can't wait for.
Great.
So
Word. For me, man, September 20th, Rise of Iron, Destiny's Year 3 is released, and I'm hype about that. Like, stupid hype about that. A lot of great changes, a lot of great additions, new storylines, new raids, new weapons, new armor, tons of new things to collect, and tons of fun to be had. So I'm kind of hype about that. That comes out in 20-some days.
Nice.
it comes out at a good spot too, because it comes out late October, and the heavy hitters of the fall don't really come out to like November-ish.
Right.
Like your Call of Duties, your Battlefields, your Titanfall. So you get a nice little month and change of just like straight, which is all you really need with an expansion from Destiny. Honestly.
Right.
So they did a really good job of picking when to drop that instead of
Exactly.
dropping it like along with everything else, because it definitely would have got lost in the show.
And they kind of own September, especially the 20th. That's when the original came
Yeah.
out. So they own that date on the calendar, especially for me. This is the longest I've ever played a single game in my life of playing. Like I played San Andreas probably for 6 months until my marriage got really bad as a result. Straight honest. Like, my wife was like, CJ or me?
Right.
And I was like, I'm almost taking over all of the land. Like, I'm like, fine, babe, you.
That was when games got like too big for me.
That was
I was
a
like, that
huge
game.
game.
That's
Oh, I never even.
it's too big.
I've never even played beyond like the hood. I never got on the
Really?
airplane. I never went out
what
to
the
any
fuck
other.
were you doing
The
the whole
I
mountains
was
and
time?
stuff?
killing ballers, son.
That's like the first 20 minutes of the goddamn game. You
And
didn't get
that's
past
all I
them.
wanna
Oh
do
my
is
lord! You
kill
didn't go to
the
San
ballers.
Fierro or
I don't even know what that is.
here. I thought you like actually like took
You
your
might-
time to like find all the shit, do all
I
the
wasn't
missions.
doing missions. I was killing ballers, fool.
That's
You know what my
that's
kill
all
rate
he did.
is?
As big as that game is fucking humongous.
It's amazing.
I might have done the same though because, like I said, just too big.
It was too
Too
massive,
big,
man.
and I can never stop my urge to kill ballers.
Exactly. They are always spawning.
No.
The balls are the purple ones.
Yes. They're the ones right across the street
right?
from
Yeah,
the
because
hood.
your girl CJ's Grove Street.
Yep. Grove Street, pimp.
All right, number one for me is Black Mirror. Have you guys ever watched this?
No.
It was not. It was
sounds
not
scary.
easily available. It's a little scary. So it was a BBC show, and you know how they do, where they do like
I love
a
BBC
series where a season where it's 3 episodes or something.
3 or 4, yeah.
I
that
thought you
makes
meant the
me
thing
all
where
too.
America does, where they take the best show
Ruin 'em.
in London and then
Yeah.
ruin them by
Yeah.
making an Americanized version of it.
Well, what
No.
they did, they might do that, but hopefully not. It's this guy Charlie Brooker. He's a really smart and interesting, like satirical kind of guy, and they've only done 2 series of 3 episodes each, and it's an anthology show where every episode is like a standalone thing. And the basic premise of the show is like each episode is like, what if this one little piece of technology existed either now or in like the near future, and how would it change everything?
Right.
So there's stuff where like they can take all the social media and email and stuff you put out digitally and create like a clone once you're dead.
Shit.
They've got like the body technology, and basically what they've made for a brain is like they use the language, they use the slang, they learn everything they
That's
can.
dope. I like that.
There's one where like everybody has something implanted behind their ear which records everything you see and hear, so you can play back any event from your life at any time,
That's
like
dope.
right before your eyes.
And this is a.
It's on Netflix now too, by the way, guys.
What's it called? Black Mirror.
Black Mirror.
Alright,
This is one of
Sounds
my favorite
crazy.
things that I've seen in many years,
That's a
because
dope concept.
every episode you really can like stop and think about a lot of shit. I want to hear what you guys think if you watch it. But now Netflix picked it up, and they're gonna put out 6 episodes all at once.
Nice.
And they got like a ton of talent. So I just can't wait for that.
Dude, Netflix is just
yeah.
Killing
oh my
it.
god.
I was telling Esteban the other day, like 2 days ago was like the anniversary of the company before it turned into Netflix in 1997. It was some other name where it was basically the
Mail
infant stages
order.
of mail
Yeah.
order DVDs, and then before they changed to Netflix.
Mhm.
It was like 97, dude. So
Yeah,
like
man.
technically Netflix has been around for 19 years now, which is fucking nuts.
Cool.
And they waited to like the latter part of
Yeah.
their shelf life to fucking.
They were sending those DVDs around for a long time.
Speaking of shows from UK, I'm hearing rumblings that Luther might get more episodes.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they put out like
Clearly
one
my
episode
favorite.
last year that was like, people demanded more, so like, all right, we'll do one more like hour-long episode,
Right.
and then that's it. And then I guess it did so well, and the interest is still up there where they're like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna have to just keep, because he's fucking.
Yo,
he's
I
the
can't
fucking
even
man.
watch SVU anymore. Once I found Luther, I was like, what have I been watching? Like, it's not anywhere
Takes
near
that
as gripping.
Procedural up to the
Yeah, man.
top
it's
floor.
so dope, man.
Alright.
It's such a great show, man.
They make good fucking TV out there, man.
Yeah, man.
My favorite show so far I've seen this year, probably, is The Night of on HBO, and that's just based off a UK show.
Yes. I've
Oh.
got half of the
Dude,
first
it's-
episode in, and I'm hooked. I'm
It's-
like, I need to watch
So,
this.
and
but
it's
I
only
need
8
the
episodes, so
time.
you don't have to commit too much to it.
Right.
And it's like a short run. There's no season 2. Like, it's just what it is, and it's fucking. It's so well done.
Word.
It's shot like the way it's shot, so gritty, and in New York, and just everything about it. I fucking love.
All right. How should we go forward, like with all the other stuff, without keeping ourselves and everybody else here all day? Like,
I don't know, just run it
got a
down, I
big-
guess.
I got a big.
I mean,
list of
Atlanta,
stuff
I'm looking
here. I got
forward to, 'cause
Atlanta,
it's-
yeah.
Yeah,
I interviewed Brian
Atlanta's
Tyree
gonna be
Henry,
dope.
who's on that show, and
Okay.
it sounds like the concept of it sounds dope.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to see what Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, like,
Right.
you know, the writing and just what the show is about, because it's been very low key, man. Like,
It's been super vague.
yeah, it's very vague. Like, I asked Brian, I was like, so is this a comedy? Is it a drama? Is it a dramedy? Like, what is it? He's like, it's like a good combination of all that stuff. And
He's real, like, he likes to do kind of short filmy kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be experimenting. Like, if you ever seen his music videos, I mean, he likes to do a lot of
The
different stuff
promos
and
are fun too.
experiment.
Like you seen the promos? Like,
Yeah.
everybody's moving backwards, but it's moving forward. It's like
Yeah.
a weird effect, but it fucking captivates you, man. So.
It should be good. He's crazy talented. I'm excited for the show Transparent to come back. This has been the shortest wait after 2 very long waits.
And that's on Fuse, right? That's on our channel.
That is Transcendent, sir.
Oh damn!
Another fine program, but I'm talking about Amazon's Transparent.
That is an
He's
honest
scripted.
mistake, sir.
Hey, you're not the first.
Trends. All right.
High Maintenance, which is this Vimeo show about a weed bike delivery guy.
Oh, yeah.
That's coming to HBO, so they're
Really?
they're
What's that
getting
called?
some money. It's called
High
High
Maintenance.
Maintenance. It's like short little episodes on Vimeo. I'll send you. They're great.
Word.
And then like some comic reading, specifically The Walking Dead is in this arc right now that just started, and it's going to be a 6-issue arc, and it's like a big conflict, and The Walking Dead has like gotten better than it's ever been, I think.
The comic, right?
The comic. The show I don't watch.
Yeah, the show I checked out too.
And then Saga, which is maybe the most popular comic that people who don't even read comics read. That's
Dude,
been off, it's been off for 4 months, and it's back today. So.
I've been meaning to start reading Saga for the longest. I just keep putting it off because there's other stuff that I on my backlog. Like I read my my current runs, but I just finished Why the Last Man.
Yeah,
which
read
is
Saga.
Unbelievably good.
It's got all the stuff you loved about
And
that,
Saga
but even
here
more
is even better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even more creativity.
It's like it's been going on for a while now, right? Saga.
Yeah. And then Alan Moore, The Watchmen, V for Vendetta, one of the most famous graphic novelists
Swamp
ever.
Thing.
He has a 1,300-page thing he's putting out, a new comic.
Like a comic, or is it like a book?
comic. It's a graphic novel. It's all coming out at once.
You listen to the SF because you're gonna get a lot of these.
I know, man.
What
Holy cow.
do you guys want to go to music? You got other random shit?
I think we should.
Yeah, definitely.
There's not a lot of hip hop. All the hip hop's done.
No, that's not true. I feel like
Isn't Mac Miller coming out with
Mac
album?
Miller.
Mac Miller is coming out.
MIA is coming out, which I
Yes.
consider hip hop. I don't care what
Yeah,
anybody
absolutely.
says.
Just hip
French
hop.
Montana is coming out.
Is it?
What's that?
Hasn't he pushed
Is he
it?
not coming out?
I just
Well, he pushed it
That's
twice,
not a-
so I wouldn't be
it's not on
surprised if
my
he pushes
list.
it again.
Oh my god.
He already put out that mixtape earlier this year. That was fine. That was good. That's I
And
You
then
know,
I
you got
don't
your
ha-
fill? You got
I
your
don't
fill
have
of
any
French
excitement
Montana?
left. Yeah,
Is that enough hint for
Hint.
you?
I'll check it out. But yeah,
You're hilarious.
I'm definitely excited for MIA though. Mac Miller still never really gotten into him. I know everybody likes him a lot.
I like Mac a
His
lot.
last album was good. I enjoyed his last album.
I like these songs that he's put out. I like the sound of them.
MIA to me,
I
I
love
like her, but it doesn't always hit
Matangi
with
was
me.
amazing. I love MIA.
I have never listened to a whole MIA album.
I've been a fan since.
This is her
the
last album
beginning.
too. She says, which come on,
Yeah.
any
I don't
fucking-
listen to
any-
of that stuff.
People need to stop saying that
any
shit.
artist under 40 who's saying that.
Because the minute them bills stack up, you're like, you
Yeah.
know what? I think I
Yeah.
have another album in me.
Yeah.
Well, no,
What do you
she's an
guys
alien.
think?
She doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't record
She
until
might
she
not, yeah.
inspired. Like when I interviewed her for the last album, Matangi, like it had been a while between albums, and she was like, I didn't have anything to say.
Yeah.
And then I was inspired by Matangi, who's the goddess of spoken word. And, then I embodied her, and then I had a lot of things to say. Like, so she's not going to put out an album for the sake of making music. She
Yeah.
really has to be moved and inspired. So
And it's deep stuff. She's very political. It's definitely a
Right.
time we can use what she has to say from
Agreed,
her perspective.
agreed.
So yeah, let's do it.
yeah, man.
Yeah, I obviously talked a little bit last week about that Bon Iver
Bon Iver.
album. You knew it. You knew it was coming.
I knew it.
I can't wait for that because I've been listening to the shit out of the bootleg, so I cannot wait to hear the actual studio
Korn
thing.
and Metallica. No.
Oh, Metallica's my number one.
Metallica
Something I'm
definitely.
hyped for.
Honestly, yeah. After we talked to Head from Korn, I might check that out.
Yeah, man.
Might as well.
I can't wait for Metallica.
But yeah, definitely Metallica.
I love Certified. Damn, the name of the album escapes me, but I love the name of it.
Hardwired.
Yeah,
for
Certified
Destruction or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Certified Hard, some shit. Hard,
It has hardwired in the
Isn't
name.
it like Certified Hardwire for Destruction or something? Oh no, you know what? That might be the single that he says Certified Hardwire for Destruction.
It's
Anywho.
something in the-
Anywho, you
I'm
love this title so
definitely-
much you can't damn
Look,
think
man,
about it.
the stuff they put out so far that's from the album
yeah.
has been fucking solid. Very throwback to their thrashy days. So was Death Magnetic, but this one more. I feel more than Death Magnetic. So hoping
Word.
to see them when they play Global Citizens in Central Park.
I hope there's some good solos though. Like that's one of my favorite things about metal because I started liking it because I was playing guitar as a teenager and sometimes they don't really.
There's rumblings of them
Go
working
for it.
with Jason again.
Okay. Oh yeah, I saw that.
They
too,
haven't
yeah.
they haven't like really talked about what they're doing.
Jason
Confirmed
Voorhees?
nor
Yeah, Jason
denied.
Voorhees,
Jason
no.
Newsted, their old bassist player.
Oh.
But if he features or does anything like, dude, like most Metallica fans are just gonna
Yeah.
fucking have to change their pants.
Do it to it, man. There's more metal I'm excited for. Real quick, two Swedish bands who are just amazing pioneers, Meshuggah and In Flames. Those are two of my favorites ever. And then the only other one I have that I'm really excited about is Against Me, because the last record was when Tom Gable came out as Laura Jane Grace, and it was kind of all about that. It was called Transgender Dysphoria Blues. So now she's kind of that's out of the way, and now she can just make an album.
That sounds interesting.
So,
How
yeah.
about what are you not looking forward to that's coming in the fall?
Oh, I don't know. I'm looking forward to Blair Witch, but with with hands before my eyes because
Why?
I just got to do it. We're doing a Fuse trip. We got to do it.
I'm not looking forward to this trip
like-
to Blair Witch.
I feel like the way the original Blair Witch was shot
That's
is
what they're.
what helped it. No. But this one looks like
No,
the
and
quality of the quality of like the cameras they used look newer.
Mm,
and
the
then there was
quality
a
of
lot
those
of
old ones is what made
unintelligent
it.
people who thought it was a real thing.
which was great.
But that
And
was
so-
the beauty of no internet.
Yeah.
Right. But that was the thing. Like, I don't know why people for some reason thought that this was
They
real.
positioned it that way. They tried to.
And
Oh, but why do
people are
people
not
believe it?
intelligent enough to hello.
Right,
This
yeah.
is a Hollywood production. Shut your mouth. Like come
I
on.
just want to know more of the mythology because it was such a scary movie and you saw so little and learned so little. It's like I want to know what's going
it was
on
like
out there.
psych.
Yeah, show me something scary, not just some scary noises. And so we'll see.
Right.
We'll see.
I would be remiss without mentioning fucking Luke Cage on Netflix.
Right.
Yes.
Cannot not
Yeah.
talk about that because that shit.
That's already the greatest thing we've never seen.
Trailer, yeah. The trailer alone with the music that they've chosen and the
Right.
fact that each episode is named after a gangster
Right. It's going to be
track
ridiculous.
is
And it's up in
probably
Harlem?
the
That's
fucking
built a
shit.
lot of goodwill with you guys,
Yeah,
though.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna see it whether
they
it was Mariah
might-
Carey songs or Gangstar. I
Wow.
didn't give a shit.
That's hilarious.
that
Can you
actually,
imagine?
yeah.
my
But then
Mariah
let's see
Carey?
how it actually is.
Yeah, I think the
it'll probably be
only-
great.
And then a hero comes along. I don't think it wouldn't be the same. It could work. Mariah Carey songs instead of Gangstar, but
Did you guys have stuff you're not excited for that you're worried about?
no.
or-
I'm actually like, there's like shows that I see that are coming that just look bad. Like, there's like a show
lot
on
of
Fox
new
called
shows,
Pitch
yeah.
that's coming. That it's like about a
That looks a
girl
little
who
neat.
neat picture, but it's
that
like
looks terrible.
it just looks
No?
I
bad.
agree.
I heard about it, but didn't see the trailer. And I
Right.
thought
It
sounded
just looks
interesting.
bad. There's like a show with Ted Danson and
There's a fucking Lethal Weapon show and an Exorcist show, dude. Go to bed.
Terrible.
yeah, there it is. There's
Done.
more. You see, there is a lot
Yeah.
of shit I look
Terrible.
for.
I will say
Come on.
one
Lethal
little
Weapon.
one last thing for me that I'm excited about is this first ever the Meadows Festival out in Queens. I'm going to that. Bianca and I are both going. Kanye, Chance, Pusha T. It's
Wow,
just
that
going to be
sounds
on.
dope.
I'm not looking forward to it
Yeah.
because
'Cause
I
you
live
live
in
there.
Queens. I'm gonna turn my borough into.
But I don't think I'm.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to see the Kanye
luck
tour,
with that.
so I'm not going to see Kanye flying around on a platform above me.
Are
'cause
you
it-
ready
he's-
to like?
You can't do that at
sleep
Citi
the
Field.
entrance. You could get a decent seat, and you're not watching it from the train station
Yeah.
because it's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Good luck, Zach.
Hopefully I get to go.
Now
away.
it's my least exciting.
Yeah, hopefully I get to go away for that weekend, so I don't have to deal with the fuckery that's gonna be bestowed upon my home borough.
Upon the Queens.
Yep.
All right, Esteban, tell us a little bit more about this interview that was.
Yeah, so I got to sit down with Ralo, who is a
off the tongue.
a rapper from Atlanta. He kind of blew up, just kind of like on his own merit, and then we started seeing him with some of your favorite rappers, i.e., Future, Young Thug, and then he put out this record that kind of went viral called "Letter to Birdman."
Oh,
which
right.
In it, he's kind of defending,
Out of
you
all
know,
the people.
Birdman, because a lot of people, kind of was shitting on him and they had no enough respect on his name.
Mm-hmm.
So he put out a letter to Birdman before he even met him. Then he met Birdman as a result, and then they've kind of become kindred spirits, and like Birdman's been real supportive. So he's got a new tape coming out, and so I brought him in to chop it up.
Great.
Let's listen. All right, we got Atlanta's own Ralo here. Diary of the Streets 2 is coming soon, but there's a track on the net right now that you actually dropped a video for that's getting a lot of attention. Letter to Birdman.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is it about Birdman that made you not only, want to write this record, but he's hosting, he's on the project a couple times too. What is it about Birdman?
See, I actually had wrote that song like 6 months before I even knew him. I never even thought I would meet him
Wow.
at the time of me making that song. I just was in the studio with my producer and my cameraman named Mr. DP, Do It All DP, and I just admired the dude so much. I had heard a song by the dude named Bootsy. He had wrote a letter to Pac, and I wanted to write a letter to my idol. You know what I'm saying? I seen the things that he was going through. A lot of people had uncrossed him. A lot of people started talking bad about him. And, once everybody against somebody, I want to be the person that be there with him. You smell me? So I decided to write a letter to him because I went through the same thing. I have put people on, and they forgot about me and forgot where they came from. And then it ended up putting me in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of felt where he was coming from.
Now, I'm glad you touched on that because in the record, man, you are not holding back about, almost like standing up for him. Like, was there ever any thought in your mind that, some of these former and current Cash Money artists would catch wind of it and have an issue?
I would love for that to happen. I ain't had nobody to diss me yet, and it would be an interesting thing. I would love for it to happen, but I don't think they're gonna do that.
I don't think so either.
Now rappers do their research. Blogs do their research on how big of an artist they is, and rappers do their research of how big a artist is in the streets, and they gonna do their research and they gonna think second about it.
So, how did he react when he heard the record? Were you with him when he heard it? Did you hear, from him that he heard it?
I actually like probably about 7 or 8 months ago, I was on tour. I be on the road a lot. I travel the South regions. Like I got the South like messed up right now. I got a big fan base in the South. But yeah, I was on the road one day and I actually like just put up a post and I was like, if everybody against you, I'm with you, know what I'm saying? Blase, blase. Before he even met me or known me. And like I might have got like 1,000 comments.
Wow.
I had got like 1,000 comments, probably about 10,000 likes or whatnot. That was one of my first pictures to hit 10,000. And he noticed it. He noticed it. And different dudes around him kept sending it to him. So he kind of got familiar with me. And then when he started, I always back him up. Know what I'm saying? I always say something about him in every interview because every interview I have seen thus far, everybody disses him.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm probably like the only dude that ever like took up for him and stood up for him. Know what I'm saying? So like he admired me a lot, and I'm the only dude that's unsigned to him that he continued to push, and he loved me with everything in him.
Word. So tell me about his involvement in the Diary of the Streets too.
Actually, we recorded a lot of records at his studios. He got Hit Factory, and he also got a studio on Stoner Island inside one of his guest houses. I recorded probably like 2 or 3 tracks, the tracks that he owned on Diary of the Streets with him. But other than that, I did everything. A lot of work at Future Studio, a lot of work at Young Thug Studio with Uzi, 21 Savage. I recorded in numerous places. I don't like for my whole mixtape to sound the same. So I like not record for a week or 2, then record again because I want it to also be a movie. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be interesting. I want to touch every aspect of a person's life, you dig? So like it's a good feeling. It's the best project I ever done.
Let's talk about some of the records that are on the tape, because Letter to Birdman ain't even on the tape, and it's like one of the biggest records on the net right now. Tell me about some of your favorite tracks on the mixtape.
Actually, the songs that I have leaked out so far, like I leaked out the song with me and Future, my brothers. They're my brothers, so I wanted to put that on out there. But due to the fact that I've been with Rich Gang a lot, I want to also always let the world know that I'm Free Band forever. You know what I'm saying? I love Free Band Gang. I love Future. I love Scooter. And I just wanted to expand that and let people know that. So the track My Brothers and track with me, 21 Savage and Uzi and Young Thug. I just wanted to put like the hottest artists on the song, know what I'm saying, coming out the South. I wanted us to just get together because nobody don't like to be together, know what I'm saying? Like one of them artists will be arrogant and won't get on the song with another artist, you know what I'm saying? Or you might catch 2 together, but you never catch 4 together.
Ever.
You know what I'm saying? So I leaked that out due to that. And I leaked out a song called Dear Your Honor with Shy Glizzy on it. I pretty much wanted to go back to the streets with that one, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a street artist. And pretty much my whole project is like street. Or not even, we ain't gonna just say street because everybody go through it. The corporate world go through things, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But all the songs that I have leaked out so far were songs that I really wasn't very important to me. You know what I'm saying? My project that I haven't leaked out, the rest of the songs, like they're very encouraging songs, like they very genuine and I love it to death, you know what I'm saying? I listen to it in my car every day. It get me on. Like man, listen, I ain't even cry when my grandmama died, and I was driving down the street listening to Diary of the Street too, and I just felt 2-3 tears come out my eye. Like it's just a good feeling.
For you to say that the records that you let go were not important, that just sets the tone for what to expect from Diary of the Streets too. Because Flexing on Purpose is such a crazy record.
Yeah,
And not only that, like your verse on that record is stupid.
I appreciate it. I love
Like
it.
that, like for you to be on a record with all of these artists, like you said, like some of the biggest artists that are out right now, and for you to not only like hold your own, but like you shined on that record. What is your approach when you're doing features? Like a lot of times I hear rappers like, I want to body and destroy everybody on the record. Like, what is your approach to a feature?
Honestly, the hip hop game and the rap game and the music industry is just so crazy right now. Like it's like you need to have features in order to get attention.
Mm-hmm.
I actually hate doing features. You know what I'm saying? Cause like it's just like a brand. Like it's just like going to somebody else's house. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how you go in your house, you know your towel, you know your rag, you
Absolutely.
know your toothbrush.
You know what's in the fridge.
You
right.
just feel more comfortable
Yeah.
in your own house. So if you on a feature, you actually in somebody else's house, especially if they on the hook or anything like
Right.
that. You ain't. It's just hard to be comfortable and it's hard to like be yourself on the song. So really, I hate doing features, but I have to do features because I'm an independent artist,
Mm-hmm.
and I also have to get blogs attention. I had to get Fade Complex, you know, all the
Right.
big blogs in order for them to keep picking it up, and I can like last year I dropped a mixtape and the blogs didn't know much about it
Right.
but it had the whole streets. You know what I mean? It had the streets sold up, but it's two aspects to the game. You gotta have the streets and you gotta have the industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to do features in order to get the blogs to be just on alert. You smell me?
That's brilliant, man.
It's like a technique. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. It's a strategy, which makes more sense why those type of records wouldn't be on the project, and what would be on the project
Exactly.
is what you want
Exactly.
the people to hear. So what is it about you that you can rock with, you know, a Free Bands and rock with a Rich Gang? You know, what is it with you that you can kind of bring people together?
See, I always like I've been in prison. You know what I'm saying? I've been around dudes that ain't never coming home. You know what I'm saying? That ain't never gonna be able to ride a bike. That ain't never gonna be able to swim. Never gonna be able to drive a car. So like, it's all love with me. You know what I'm saying? I've been places that they've never been. They have never been there. So they ain't gonna be like me because they ain't been where I've been. They ain't never had a life sentence. You know what I'm saying? They ain't never been
Man.
like in positions where your freedom will be taken from you forever, and your child out there crying and your wife out there, you might not never see them in that courtroom again. And you gone way away. So like what I've been through, like it just made me a silent dude, and I can't just be like them. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be like them because you only know what you taught. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They have never been through that, so they'll never know nothing about it. They like ignorant towards that. You know what I'm saying? So they music and they life is in a whole different mind state. You did?
Mm-hmm. Yo, man, you were one of the smartest dudes I've ever met.
Yeah. I
From
appreciate it.
from the minute that, you know, I met you in the lobby and we start chopping it up, I knew you were different. But like right now at the end of this conversation, you are one of the smartest dudes I ever met.
appreciate
And
it.
now I understand. Now everything makes total sense. Why you're here, why you are where you are, why things are rolling out and working out the way they are
I
for you,
appreciate
man.
it.
Appreciate your time, man.
Anytime, brother.
All right, now we're back, and we got to talk about this Colin Kaepernick situation. And basically, long story short, during the National Anthem at a preseason game, Colin Kaepernick opted to stay seated in protest to, you know, the National Anthem, saying that he doesn't want to stand and show respect or honor to a country who's, you know, killing, you know, unarmed black kids. And it's like just a lot of the social injustice and
Yeah.
inequality that's going on in our country. And so this got a lot of people pissed, but it's interestingly enough got a lot of people also supporting
Yeah.
Colin, where he's
Very
coming from.
easy example to follow, which I like.
Right. And then just started trending yesterday or last night rather was hashtag Veterans for Kaepernick.
Oh, great.
And there's a lot of
There's been a good amount.
right.
I mean, for my 2 cents, keep it short and sweet. Whether he stands or sits doesn't impact my life one way or the other at all.
Good point.
And whether you agree or don't, it's his fucking right to do so. Like that's the thing that
to
I don't-
stand?
It's his right.
Oh,
No,
it's his right to
It's
sit
his
down.
right
Got
to
it.
like
Yeah.
do whatever
and that's
it
what
is he
most
wants.
veterans are saying. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we like because the first attack is there's people who bleed for this flag and die for this flag, and then veterans will be like, yeah, but we're fighting for his right to choose to sit or stand, not the other way around. It just, for me, it's like the hypocrisy that rears its ugly head in this country when these social issues come up, where people support shit when it's convenient for them. So like, oh, we know we live in the greatest country in the world because of the freedoms and rights, air quotes, only Americans are allowed to exercise. But then when somebody exercises said rights, when they don't fall in line with your views, all of a sudden they're wrong. And that's like the biggest.
I saw a great thing that was like, white people, why can't you protest peacefully? Black people, black person sits down during the national anthem. Not like that, though. Come on,
man.
I mean, if you're gonna shit on him because he fucking sucks. Yeah. He's not a good quarterback. Like,
yeah, and he's starting the last game of the preseason, which means that you lost your job.
And the worst part too is like other like athletes or other football players that come and be like, he's not even black enough to do that, or
which
he's
is
not even
the
black.
Most
it's
ignorant
like
thing I've ever.
It's stupid because number one, he is half black, but number two, also even if he wasn't, like, isn't it still mean something that somebody who in your eyes isn't black is standing up for an issue that is probably number one on your agenda to your community? It's so fucking stupid and ignorant, man.
Right. Well, there is one thing that I thought was a great victory for the black folk, and that is that Black Lives Matter is an organization and White Lives Matter is a registered hate group.
Yes. Yes.
Which I thought was so ironic.
Yes. That's great.
Isn't that crazy?
Did you guys have to do the Pledge of Allegiance at your schools when you were kids?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I was trying to remember what that was like yesterday. I think in high school we mostly all just stood for it.
Oh no, I didn't do it in high school.
No,
I did it in elementary. And
we did it all through.
I did it from elementary all the way to high school, and there was a lot of kids who weren't from America who didn't stand.
Oh really?
Yeah, but it was never like a look at you.
I'm surprised you remember.
Dude,
that.
I'll never forget. I was walking through not Shea. What is it? The
City Field.
City Field. Walking through City Field, looking for my seat, not in the stands or anything. Walking through the field, through the where the concessions are and everything, while they were singing the national anthem, and this drunk fan, take off your flipping hat.
Oh
man.
no, dude! I went to a Rangers game.
I was like, wow.
Same thing. Rangers game.
I didn't even realize it was going on. Like I was such in a rush to get to my chair. Like
I went to a Rangers game and they were playing the anthem, and in between like lyrics, all I heard was like, front row, take that fucking head off. I'm like, damn, dude. Like, I get it, but it's just fucking.
That right there is just the example why people need to be able to sit down and stuff. It's like, if it means something to you, okay, if you want to show support, but just like that blind, like aggressive patriotism, nationalism, it's like, ugh.
And it's okay to have a conversation, like whether you feel in your eyes he's right or wrong. Like if you feel he's spitting in the face of what you work for, defend, or what you believe in, that's your opinion, man. Like straight up. That doesn't mean he's a fucking worst human being in the world because he chooses not to. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just standing up for something that he believes is an injustice in our country. Like, why? It's this fucking shit of things not being mutually exclusive. It drives me absolutely fucking insane, dude.
Yeah. Well, more to come.
More to come.
For sure.
Man. But anyway, that's been it for the 31st episode of the Back of the Class podcast.
31, Reggie Miller.
Reggie. Oh, that's a good
You know
one.
what I'm going to do? Give me the number every time, and I'll name a player with that number.
That's pimp. That's how we'll end.
31, Rob Zombie's new horror movie.
Okay,
now your turn.
There you go.
I guess we started a movement. Now Esteban.
How many flavors of Baskin Robbins?
Oh, there you go. Shazam.
Peace.
Boom.